Hi folks, and good afternoon. We're on the Bush VHF 41. This is my Bush VHF 41. I just thought I'd let you know the state of play where we are with this, because just put my glasses on. Put these ones on, they're better. Just thought I'd let you know the state of play. I'm still short of a speaker. I've got the output transformer all wired and I've got nice new wires on here. I'll just switch it on, let you have a quick listen. It's only on AM though, because the FM's faulty. Still needs working on. But I'll turn it on and let you have a listen to AM. It's a bit distorted. I've got some working out to do. I've got the dial bulbs lit up, they're all done. That's all wired up. So basically we'll just let the valves warm up. Zoom in a little bit, because wherever I put that goddamn remote, there it is. I should have it around my neck. Zoom in a little, take them off so I can zoom in. That'll do. Right, all the valves are lighting up lovely. Right, put something in as an aerial. We've got getting something there. Just use the meter lead as the aerial.
The most famous Sharon in the world right now. Maybe it's Sharon Osbourne. I mean, are you single-handedly bringing the name Sharon back? Because Sharon, a couple of decades.
Oh my goodness. Sharon, and actually that was one of the benefits of moving to America. There wasn't that stereotype about the name Sharon anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, am I? There's probably. Playing 10 in a row.
They're a bit distorted. But that's where we are at the moment with it, folks. There needs a bit more work doing on it. But the work, I think the problem. Let me just take some voltage measurements. I'll turn it back on, and I'll put it into gram, so that we're not actually fucking. If I touch the gram, you should get more than that out of it. It should be a lot louder than that. Alright, let's get me lead. I'll tell you what I have got, folks, and they're really, really handy to have. Screw these leads off, these probes, and I get these, what do you call it, so I've got these clips, these crocodile clips. These leads are only a couple of quid. I think they're about 6 or 7 quid or something, maybe a bit less. They're only cheap, but you get screw-on crocodile clips and stuff, and they're great. Clip that to the chassis. See if we're getting any. Let's turn that on. Right. So basically, what we want to be looking for on the screen grid. We've got 226, which is about right. I think that's the screen grid. And this is the anode. And 237. And that's about right. And on that one we've got none, that must be the grid. We've got nothing on that. And this one is a speaker, so we expect to find nothing on that. Now I've already checked. I've already checked. I've already checked the anode and not the anode. Let's just pull these two valves out because if stand proud, I don't want to break them because I know they are okay. They're the FM valves. Don't want to damage them. Basically, if hey up, the ice cream man. So basically, if I turn the chassis on its end, I'll turn it upside down. Now, clip the ground back on and turn the radio on. Oh, that just pops off. That's what you want in it. You just want your lead to just pop off when, you know, spontaneously. Right, so basically what we'll do, we'll just clip onto there, turn the radio back on and put this back up here. And we should get on our cathode bypass capacitor, we should get, trying to fucking see it. See, I'm trying to look at that, but we should get 8 volts. I'm going to have to turn this round so that I can see it as well. Let's turn the backlight on. Oh, that's wrong. Backlight, that's it. Yeah. There's a new battery in that meter, I think. Now, I don't like putting these in here. I certainly don't like turning my head. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to put the other clip on. I'm going to put the other clip on because I can clip the wire to it then. So just turn that off for a second. There we are. So I'll turn that radio back on now. See, we're dropping down, we're coming up. Just turn the backlight off, the battery will go fucking dead. There we go. See, 7.7, and that's, see, let's see how high that goes up. It should be 8 volts on the cathode, and that's 8.5. That's 8.5 volts. So, you know, given that they tell you in the manual to do all the tests with an AV07 meter, that's how they were done in the first place. I'd say that, and if I touched the gram socket, it'd probably drop down a bit as well. Well, now it goes up. Oh, didn't like the sound of that crackle. I don't know what that was. turn the volume down. See, at idle we're at let's put it on the radio. Does it make any difference? Yeah, we're going a bit unstable there. We were doing it on Lawrence's. But also the volume control goes very crackly as well. Now we'll put it back on medium wave. Now we're back to 8.5 volts. It tells you to do most of the measurements on medium wave anyway. Now if I turn that's off. Now if I put an aerial in, and it's actually staying.
Thank you, Paul. The wickets are scoring their edge bastion after lunch. Second as well. England up against India on day one of the first test. Let's get the latest from John Norman. Yeah, all action stuff at Edgbaston and with 112.
That cathode bias is okay. 8.5, that's okay. Gram or idle, that's okay. And let's turn it off. Right, the problem I believe to be the problem is around the area where this fella lives. This is an EABH. An EABC 80. I've got one out so I can quote the number now and again because it's a bit of a mouthful. And I think the problem is there, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm gonna plod along looking at the circuit, looking at the manual, and because I do need to work on the radio section here on the FM, because there is a problem with the FM, but it's not on the FM front end because I tried that front end in Lawrence's and it worked. So the problem's in here somewhere, but I need to work out what's causing it, and I think to be honest, to be perfectly honest, I think I've put a capacitor in the wrong place, and I think the one I've done, which I'm going to look at, is this one here. I'm gonna just float that capacitor for a minute. I'm gonna see what it does. So I've got a feeling, now I've got a feeling the volume control won't work. Shut up! Yeah, that must be right because it cuts off the volume control. Scraps! Right, well, we're getting on. Turn it down. Right, well, we're getting there, folks. I'm actually getting something on the VHF now. And if I go back to AM, go to medium wave. I think the audio amplifier is working now. As good as it can get. Let's turn the volume up a bit.
Championship. Aston Villa have made their first summer signing. Goalkeeper Andre Moreira joins on loan from Atletico Madrid, and Sheffield United have signed Liverpool forward Ben Blackburn on a season-long loan deal. And Andy Murray takes on Kyle Edmund in the second round of the Washington Open. Tennis later this evening.
We'll turn it off. So that's not bad now, folks. We got the AM working. The AM's working okay. It's just, I think the reason why it's a bit crappy is because of that speaker. But the AM's working. The FM is sort of semi-working. It will pick up a signal, but it's very distorted. So we're getting there. I'm going to leave it here for now. And I just really thought I'd show you my progress on how far I'm actually getting with it. But I'm happy with the way the audio is working now. The audio's working now a lot better than what it was 10-15 minutes ago. And I need a shave. Look at me, I'm going to look like David Bellamy. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. And I'm not going to show you a lot on the chassis, as I've already said, because you've seen me do Lawrence's. But if it's a repair, which I think I'll be showing you this, because I don't think the problem's in the front end, because I tested this front end on Lawrence's. But I will check. What I'll do, I will check. I will double check everything. I know the valves are okay. The valves are good and strong because I checked them in Lawrence's before he took his. I checked my valves. And all these valves in here, they all appear to be good and strong, and the AM's working really well on it, so we're getting there. Just takes time, that's all. Anyway, folks, thanks for joining me, and I'll keep you updated on how we get with the restoration of this radio. Thanks for watching, bye for now. Right, what I've done this time, how about that? Look at that, hey folks. There's my mobile phone. Put it on that aerial meter. Look at that. Right, well we're getting, if I touch the... Whoops.
17 degrees Celsius, that's the latest.
Right. Turn that down. Right, basically what I'm doing, folks, I've disconnected that speaker there, and I've connected this one on this old TR82C. TR82B actually it's a TR82L, I think, because it's a Luxembourg one. Because it's got 3 buttons on it. It's got the Luxembourg to the 2 the 208 button. And what I've done, just move that off that fucking station a minute. Right, what I've done, I've connected this speaker only, and basically there's a lot more now because this is a 2-ohm speaker, which is what this wants to see, and that's improved it a lot.
£1 million Sussex Stakes is more at toursport.com.
Look at that now. Right, that's a lot louder now. So as far as I'm concerned now, folks, the audio stages, the audio stage which is here is all working. The audio stage is complete. I don't need to do any more work in the audio stage now. So what we'll do now, we'll have a look at the FM and we'll do an assessment on the FM to see if there's been any change on the FM. I doubt it, but we'll have a look. What we'll do, we'll just turn the power off for a sec and we'll pop the FM valves back in and we'll see what the state of play is on the FM. I'll put my glasses on because we don't want to force the valves and break the valves. I don't want to damage them because these are the only EF80s I've got. I don't have any more as far as I know. But we are improving on this. I mean, this chassis was working pretty much not bad in the first place, apart from the FM or VHF, if you like. So what we'll do, we'll switch back on. We're on FM, and what we'll do, we've got this aerial here, this telescopic aerial, and we'll plug this into the FM. Let's make it a bit tighter so it's a bit of a tighter fit. I mean, we're getting a hum there. And the hum's now gone. And that's what we're getting on the FM. Let's rest that against there. Right, let's see if we can do anything with that, because it might even be as much as an alignment issue. Right, and that's not really working correctly. That's full volume. Tuner.
Having said that, everyone agrees that the progress has been made. This was much more peaceful than in the past. People were allowed to campaign openly, and of course, the crucial part of
Well, that's a loud station.
Now, everyone's waiting
But it's
to
distorted.
trying to give the benefit of the doubt to the authorities for the counting process, but becoming more and more worried by the hour. Quoting the Zimbabwe police spokesman explained the presence of Malawi on the streets of Malawi, saying the Zimbabwe police could not cope with the magnitude of violence and fear of being many people.
Well, that's very distorted. And I just want to look at the front because there's another adjustment somewhere. It's there on the front. Is that it? Yeah. But that doesn't look like it's ever been disturbed, so I'm not going to disturb it. This one here had. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to see pull the aerial out a minute. I want to see, because that's suddenly gone off. No, it's alright. It could even be that. We'll check the voltage in a second. I just want to see where this white lead goes in. I mean, goes in there. Now let's have a look at the voltage. Let's have a look at the HT on the FM. We should be getting full HT up here onto the FM. We shouldn't have a problem with the HT. So, $218 volts. And on that one, nothing. $218 volts. Now, so we're getting full HT. So what I need to do is look at the signal path. And I'm going to look at that in a bit. That'll be a separate video, because I'm satisfied that we're getting. I had to make a new tuning slug for this as well, because I broke the slug. So I had to make a new tuning slug.
They were saying that they were very upset that there's absolutely no trust of the council at all. They're still making ridiculous decisions about housing and so on. We had to fight something last week. A very poor decision about how to get people out of hotels that had to be fought, and we had quite a row about it. And then the council said that they weren't going to do that after all. They weren't going to threaten people with losing their various rights.
See, we're getting nothing else. Now let's have a go at this tuner here. See, we're not getting anything else. Let's turn the volume up a bit. See, we are getting stations. Right, it's just see, we should be a station there. Just wind that back out. I know where that was, it was flush with that. That there. See, I don't think the valves in the different positions would make a difference, but we'll try. We'll give it a go. Yeah, so what I'm doing, I'm going to leave it there for now, folks, and we'll call it part. We'll call this. We'll call this the next part. I can't remember. I'll have to check it. But I'll let you know how far I get.